Tim, every company is looking for increased productivity. What is one surefire way to get increased productivity for a company?
Folks, that's why I've got the best producer in the business, Grace Dunbar. Grace, great question, because you're right. Everyone wants increased productivity. So I'm going to, at the risk of sounding like one of those middle-of-the-night infomercial guys who says, hey, I can get you a 17% increase in your productivity, so buy my book for $21.99, whammo, overnight you're going to have this success. That's not the answer, all right? But I'm gonna, at the risk of this, tell you how you can get a 17% productivity. Something better and something absolutely proven. In fact, Gallup's State of the American Workplace report, they published it and they said, look, there's one thing. You can get 17% improvement, and that is employee engagement. That's how you get your productivity, employee engagement. Now, the one thing I want to caution all you business leaders and business owners is, what does that mean to the average employee? Grace, if I were to ask you, when you hear employee engagement, what does that mean? What hits you off the top of your head?
I think of a family, people who enjoy working together and creating a product to make it even better.
And that's why you are on an upward trajectory with Hurrdat Media, because you got it. Bingo. I had a chance to talk to some other leaders in a company. They had a hard time defining it. What is engagement? So sometimes we throw those words around, and not everyone understands what it means, but absolutely. Employees who are motivated, they are bought into what the company stands for, the why. They understand the why of the company. They enjoy work. They enjoy working hard, and it doesn't have to be pushed because they love what they do. So working hard just comes naturally. They're going to innovate more. They're going to bring ideas to their company, and ultimately, there's the productivity. You get a 17% increase according to the Gallup study that they did. So here's how you do it. And we can talk more one-on-one if you want to learn more. But how do you get increased employee engagement? I'm going to give you just a couple of quick ideas, a couple of proven ways to do this. First off, you got to connect with human beings. They have to know that you care. Now, when we think about that, we always think of the personal side, right? And that's hugely important. But let's start with the business side. If I were to ask you as a business owner, business leader, do you know what the aspirations of your people are? Aspirations, what is that? What do they want to do for you? Where do they see themselves 5 years, 10 years down the road? Sometimes you have a plan for them that isn't really going to jive with what they want. So I would ask you, if you don't know the aspirations of your people, start there. They're going to know you care. They're going to know that you're invested in them. And at the end of the day, you can help put them on their path. There's one way to connect from a business standpoint. If we look at the business side and break it down between business and then the personal side. But they also have to know that you care on that personal level as well. What are their hobbies? If they have a family, do you know their kids' names? Do you know what they do? Did their daughter just play in a huge volleyball tournament this weekend and come to work? Can you follow up and say, how did it go? How'd she play? How'd the team do? Right? You know, that is as much, they're going to know you care about them outside of the workplace as much as you do inside the workplace. Quick story for you, Grace. I'll give this to you, and hopefully you folks at home. Had a great friend of mine, great leader, her boss, great leader, and they had an amazing connection when it came to business. But she got sick, missed about a week of work, and never heard from her boss. Never heard, hey, how are you doing? Never got a text message, anything I can do. And at the end, I know she shared with me, it was a little surprising for her. She's like, wow, you know, we connect. He knows what I want to do. He knows my aspirations. He's a great boss from a standpoint of business, but it's interesting, never once checked in on me when I missed 5 days of work. So that part has to be there. You have to have that balance. They have to know the old adage, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That is absolutely critical in connecting with your people. You have to have both sides. So here's the thing. We all know it's hard to keep employees. Grace, you hear this from people across the country, right?
Yes.
You do hundreds of shows. You know how hard it is to keep employees. So you can be competitive real easy by just connecting with your people, and retention rates are going to go up. It's been proven. And that all-important productivity goes up as well, which every company wants and every company needs. I'd love to talk to you more about that if you're a business owner or a business leader. One of the things I do is I help companies come up with good strategies to connect and to increase employee engagement. Check me out, washburncoaching.com. Get in touch with me. I'd love to sit down and help.